Hey guys, it's Robert here, the Lifepreneur with the Unforgettable You journey, taking you from your hard place to the promised land through watching me go through my hard place, going from my hard place to my promised land with the 2-week project that I'm trying to do here of raising income and raising funds. So that being said, I'm doing a lot of education right now. I'm watching a video on the entrepreneurial personality types and getting a lot of knowledge and thought leader knowledge as well. And then also too, I'm connecting with people. Now, a lot of you know that in the last couple of videos, I've been talking about, studying Apollo 13 mission. If anybody's in a hard place and they got to go to a promised land, you're on a mission. You're on a journey. And some of us are on a survival mission where it's do or die. And you have to figure out steps in order to get out of your hard place and into your promised land, whatever that may be. Your promised land is going to be totally different than mine. Mine is totally different than yours, and that's all right. That is cool. It's not always, get everybody to be on the same page to go to a promised land. Everybody has their own something that they want to accomplish in this world. And so I talked about studying the Apollo 13 mission and looking at the steps that they took to rescue these 3 guys. They shot out to space with technology that is so obsolete. Like I watched a movie and a documentary, and they're saying that my cell phone that I'm taping on right now has like 10 times or 100 times the technology that they had on these spaceships, the CM and then the LEM that these 3 guys went out on. My phone has way more power than those spaceships, and I'm holding it in my hand as I'm taping. I mean, that's crazy stuff, and hard to it's a mind boggler to know that these guys braved their life on tin cans. Really, it's like taking a beer can and throwing it out in space. That's the technology. There's nothing in the tin can, anyways, except for wires and in their ship and stuff like that. But anyways, getting off topic here. So step 2 is basically reaching out to Houston Command Center. Your Houston Command Center. Who is it? Mine happens to be, and this is why I'm cutting this video, because I want to encourage you that whatever you are going through in your rock and hard place. Now, I don't know exactly what your hard place is. Mine is to get a cause off the ground, the Unforgettable You cause. Also to generate income outside of my job. And also to become the best I can be at my 9 to 5 as well. But you need to connect with your command center. And that is your coaches, thought leaders. What's going on in the marketplace. And you can only get that from thought leaders. And your coaches can actually correct you and guide you on what you need to do and to help you kind of move forward and help you, give you ideas and tips. And it's like having a third brain. I like to call it the collective, the universal collective consciousness, tapping into that and getting ideas, things that you may be blind to because you're so high charged and maybe panicking. And that's where we need to learn how to bring her down, bring calm down, allow life to unfold. The only reason why people panic is because they have fear, and then the reaction to fear is to try to fix things, when sometimes you have to do the counterintuitive approach and absolutely do nothing and be still and listen for revelation knowledge, in addition to getting your coaching and connecting with thought leaders and connecting with video and learning. Guys, we're in a situation where there's changing times. The marketplace is changing. And the greatest gift that you can actually give yourself is to learn how to do online marketing of anything and everything. If you're an entrepreneurial person, you need to learn how to do this to promote your business in new ways. Gone are the days where you can actually go up to people and say, hey, I got a business opportunity, or I got a product or a service, because you sound so salesy. Now it's more connecting with people from that, with the head and the heart, connecting with them, and through that they pick up your message without you, really promoting anything, because you're doing it more of a strategic way. You're adding value to people, and you're constantly adding value to people and allowing them to make a decision if they want to have more or not, based on the value, always the value and the offer, the value and the offer. You provide those doorways and those plated cookies all the time. I like to use plated cookies because everybody loves cookies. You keep presenting those plated cookies to people, and people will gravitate and pick an option. As long as you have options in your lead pages or your funnel pages and your website or your emails. See, that's all online marketing. That's learning how to market your business, learning how to market yourself, learning how to market your cause. You learn that skill. That's a skill set in today's world. The internet is the greatest thing that has ever happened to the world for many, many different reasons. One, to be successful online, you have to live a transparent life. And the people that are actually failing are needing to deal with their inside game more than they have to deal with their outside game. And that's part of my shtick, is helping people get their inside game right, so that when they go do their outside game, it's effortless. When you have crap that you're hiding in your life and you're trying to go online and have an online business and be out there, you will be found out. People that are trying to shyster other people out there, where there's a lot of online marketing opportunities out there where people are just trying to convince people, hey, get in my project, you're going to get rich and all this other crap and BS. Those people don't have their inside game right, and they're leading people in the wrong way. We need to teach people skill sets, so they can go into the future and thrive and survive in that area. And so it is so key, and it's so important to go and connect with people that really, really care. And that's usually, connecting with your coach, connecting with a thought leader, connecting with training about what's going on in the industry, how to be an attractive person. Looking at in my life, I'm looking at my mindset, my body, my spirit, my soul. Repeat: mind, body, spirit, soul. Repeat, and going over that and over that all the time. And then plugging into, looking at, going to step one, looking at damage, like the damage assessment, wondering, okay, what's the damage? Now what's my lifeboat? What are my skills? What are my assets? What are my, focusing on the right things, as opposed to always looking at everything that's going wrong. Step two is now connecting with your life source, connecting with life support, getting the bigger picture, getting around other thought leaders, people that think greater and bigger. We're in a real war zone, guys. This is the difference between linear thinking and status quo. These are people that think like this. They can't think outside of the box. And then getting around people that think vertically, up and down, getting into the flow with the source and the creator, getting into the source, or getting into the flow of creation and connecting with people and collaborating with people, getting into the flow of creating content, creating material. But and that's another training session that I'm going to be doing, is you create like material that you have to create all the time, or do you create content so you can sell it over and over and over and over? And that is a creation secret there that I want to train and get you guys up to speed with. That's huge right there. That can make some very, very good income for you if you know that secret, and that's coming down the pipeline. But anyways, so just some things to think about in your journey from going from your hard place to your promised land. Guys, do yourself a favor and learn as much as you can. Reach way beyond your grasp. Stop the chitter chatter, small talk stuff like, oh, what happened on Netflix, or what happened in this show or that show, or what have you show. and be more valuable in your job, be more valuable in the marketplace, be more valuable to your friends and family. If you learn life skills that will help you go into the future and thrive, you will be able to generate income on a drop of a hat. You'll be able to invest on a drop of a hat. You will get out of the survival game of paying a mortgage, paying bills, paying a car, trying to look good with all your friends. Like, hey man, look at my fancy house, but you got a mortgage to the hilt. Oh, hey man, look at my Beamer, or look at my I was gonna say Locust, but there is no such thing as a Locust car. What's that L car? I don't even know my cars. But all these fancy cars that mean jack rip if you're financially hurting and you don't have your cash flow. Focus on learning ways of creating cash flow, how to create money. And guys, you will never go into the future surviving and thriving and worrying about gas prices, worrying about housing, worrying about this bill, that bill, this bill, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. If we learn how to create content, learn how to create income, learn the skills of online marketing, you will be a blessing to everybody that's around you. You will be able to freely give ideas out because that's just your nature. Entrepreneurial people are highly giving. They're highly sensitive and aware of what's going on in the marketplace. They don't sit there and stay stuck. They look at ways to win. As I was reading or taking notes in this training I'm taking, which I want to share with you guys, they're future focused. They're looking at the future. They're not looking at life and what it was like back in the day. And I wish it was like this, back in the day in the horse and buggy, life was so peaceful and everything else, blah, blah, blah. We don't live in that era anymore. We're constantly moving forward. It's like people are trying to be ostriches and stick their head in the sand and because they're afraid of the future. There's nothing to be afraid of the future except the fear of not going into the future, fear of failure. But you need to learn how to enjoy failure, learn pain, and learn suffering, and absorb it and take it in. Entrepreneurial people, personality types, have a high processing capacity. They're able to understand situations and see what really needs to happen, as opposed to having all this small chit chat crap that means nothing. Let's talk about the real issues instead of talking around the issues. They're highly adaptable, adapting to what's going on in the marketplace. See, these are things that I'm learning, guys, because next week I'm going to be hitting the road, and I'm going to be making connections with business owners and entrepreneurs and real estate agents, and giving them an offer that they can't refuse. And I'm going to be looking for 6 to 8 people to work with, where I'm going to be able to do their marketing. And I'm going to show you guys in the process of how I'm going to target these people. And I'm going to do my homework before I even talk to these people. So I'm going to know who I'm going to be talking about, or who I'm going to go to first. I'm going to go do the research, like see what's going on in their social media and see how pathetic they are. Or maybe they're doing awesome, but there's holes. I'm going to find their holes in their game, and then I'm going to go and talk to these people and present these holes to them and say, hey man, I got you. I did all the homework for you. I'm going to show you those secrets and those strategies, because they will make you money. If you learn how to solve other people's problems, they will pay you. Trust me. So that being said, they're intense focus on results. I'm very intense in getting the results that I need to get myself out of my situation, out of my hard place, and getting myself into the promised land. I encourage you to do the same thing. The other thing too is a bias for improvement. Have you ever sat around and you're wondering, hey, I can fix this. I can make this whole thing better. Everything that I do in my life, I can do it better. I can do it better. But that's a sign of an entrepreneurial person. If you have those attributes in your life, or these points that I've said, you're an entrepreneurial person. If you want to actually make your life more better, like improve your life, you're an entrepreneurial person. And then if you feel compelled that you want to share that with other people, you're an entrepreneurial person. And then what you can do is you can monetize that later down the road and make money on that. So it doesn't matter how far down the pipeline you've gone. Let's just say you're a complete druggie on the street and you've been living on the street for years, and somehow you were able to get an aha moment, and then you were able to pull yourself out of that pit. You can monetize, package that, and sell it to people. And people that are in the pit want to have the life that they because a lot of people don't want to live in the shit they're living in. Because that's, people want to change. People want to change. You just need to know how. And you provide that how, and people will flock to you. So guys, the last thing here is, or the last two things here is basically entrepreneurial people get addicted to change and and accept the progress, or they get into a life of progress and accept failure, because through failure they learn, they become better. And then last thing they do is they're very experimental, and they go based on experience learning. So they trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. Anybody that has accomplished anything in this world of greatness have all experienced failure, and they learned from it, and they moved on and became better. What they're doing is what the universe is doing. The universe is a huge experiment, and every time it develops and expands, it becomes more complicated, and it provides more life, more opportunities to create, to connect, and to collaborate. It's a great study if you study the universe. I'm an outdoors person, and I've studied nature, and I study what's going on in the universe, and I listen, I get revelation, and some of the things that I've been taught, guys, is mind-blowing. If we can emulate what's going on in the universe and how it grows and expands, that whole concept of expanding your world, expanding your mind, expanding your reach, there's a huge principle there of expanding your influence. It's a huge study. But anyways, guys, I'm going way over my time, but I just wanted to cut this video here, guys, because I care about you guys, and this is all about the unforgettable you, helping you go from your hard place to the promised land. So guys, reach far, far beyond your grasp. Reach for somebody that's actually a little bit further ahead of you, and reach for those coaches, reach for thought leaders, and change your world. Guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.